Right, y'all, good morning. It's Friday, man. So y'all know yesterday I was talking to the Asian lady, and I'm not prejudiced against anybody or anything like that. Just because I said Asian don't mean anything. It just means that's what she is. And after I did the video, she texted me later, and we came to an arrangement. So if it wasn't for her late husband being my friend, I would not even be entertaining any of her stuff. And she did chump me off when I went over there, but she don't think she did. She thinks that when I went over there and did the bushes over there and the yard, that $200 was more than ample for the work that I did. But what she doesn't understand how things go. I was over there about 4.5, 5 hours, and I made $200. And now, granted, I didn't have a skid steer or nothing with me, but that wasn't enough money for me. And 300 would have been better. Probably around 360 would have been more like it. So the way I see it is, I got hit in the head, on that job, and I was gonna make sure I was a lot more proactive on this job. And not to mention, I'd given her a quote for all this work. I spent like 45 minutes there, looking at this broader scope job. We're taking out like 11 little trees, $3,000 job, $3,300 job, something like that. And I've spent all the time, video, putting a little quote together, only to come back and well, they don't have that kind of money. So well, she knew it was going to be more than $700 is not a lot of money, just FYI. And when you got the machine that I got with all the attachments. Now, could I live on $700 a day running this machine? I certainly could. I could profit $300 a day, $400 a day. I'll be just fine. But it ain't gonna get far fast like that, But when you're in business, you have to take the good with the bad, and it all works out as long as your spending habits are always like this. You're to me, and this is my humble opinion, to me, the work and profit margins and all are up like this, and it ain't real extreme and it ain't real extreme low, but they're like this, But my spending habits are like this, right? I'm talking about on the day-to-day, just spending, because you have to spend money. So I want to do a good job for them. I don't feel obligated in any way. I want to make sure that that I'm in the best scenario to win, and rather see. Let me just say this. Once I agree to how much money it is, then I'm going to do it the same way no matter what. I'm not going to do it any less than if I agree to $700, we'll say. I'm not going to do any less of a quality job than I would if I were doing 1,000. Now, if it's costing me more, meaning, if I have to haul something off or, something like that, then where I'm actually having to spend more money, and time. Now, I don't mind spending another 20 minutes or so on the skid steer. I can do a lot in 20 minutes with my machine and all the attachments that I have. But going from 700 to 1,000 is not gonna really make a big difference in the quality of work. Well, it's not gonna be any difference in the quality of work. The scope may broaden just a little bit, but the quality is gonna be the same. My thinking and approach is gonna be the same, and I know that. So it's not good for me business-wise. Now, financially wise, it's all right, but business wise, it's a bad move for me to, it's the word I'm looking for. It's a bad move for me to do jobs cheap, because I find myself doing it the same way I would if I were charging $1,400. If I'm at $700 and I get over there and I you know, see the things that need to get done that I can do, especially if it's a regular customer of mine. Now, I don't know that she's going to be a lawn maintenance customer, because, well, I haven't been over there since I did the lawn and the bushes and the $200 deal that we did. But the leads are probably going to be pretty bad. So we're going to, you know, we're going to try to get more money out of her if the lawn needs it. And if the lawn doesn't need it, cool. But I got a lawnmower. The other trailer y'all seen by now, you know, what it, the video is going to be named, I think, what it takes to get ready for a skid steer job for me. And it's about a 10-minute video that I did last night while I was getting everything ready. But some jobs are just simply going to pay more. Now, the frustration and aggravation that I feel toward this one is, well, it's based on how she did me the last time, and it's based on a lot of the conversations that we've had in the last 3 weeks or so. So yeah, and her, you know, trying to nitpick everything and all that. So how you feeling? You gotta go to the store? You don't need nothing to eat or anything?
I mean,
come on, man, we're gonna be there, but don't get there and be uncomfortable. We don't have to be. Let's stop it.
I was gonna say, we can stop at Fraser's.
Let's just stop at Fraser's. I'll meet you at Fraser's.
All right.
You know how to get there, right?
Yeah.
Hey, and make park to the side, all right?
All right.
But like I was saying, that's you know, the downside to being a guy. If you built like me and you kind of like doing this kind of work, you know, and you know what needs to be done, and then you got customers that are not wanting to spend. Sometimes it's better for me just not. I don't like to do jobs that don't make sense, or you know, it don't make sense really. And most of the time, the customers don't realize what makes sense and what don't, because they're not thinking about anything but the money they're spending today. You got to think about, they don't, but I do. You got to think about what is the long-term fix here, you know, or long-term goal here. And if you know if I need to know the long-term goal, as long as I know the long-term goal, then I can put whatever job it is, whatever situation it is, I can put it in the best scenario moving forward. And a lot of customers, they're not seeing that. They're just seeing they're spending $1,000 today. You know, but what they're not seeing is I'm setting them up for to be able to not have to spend $1,000 next year or whatever. You know, got to understand what the ultimate goal is. I got the young man behind me, and he's pulling the other rig. So okay, y'all see how close this is right here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to grind it out, but we got the piece of wood there. So we're gonna try to get that one down a little bit, and then some of these roots. We got to watch out for this line right here. We're gonna try to get that one down and some of the roots, but we're not gonna be able to go real deep. And right here, the same thing. They got all their internet and cable stuff all right there. Now over here, that's not going to be a big deal. I might be able to get that with the bucket here. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Everything out of the way. But if we grind any of this stuff right here, we're going to have to hold that piece of wood is going to have to be held. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Other than that, y'all, and then we're gonna pull all these bushes out. I don't really know where I can put y'all, but we'll find a spot somewhere. So maybe I'll put y'all on the gas line right here. If it explodes, then we'll have Okay, y'all, man, I'm so upset, man. So there I am talking all this cash money shit about, you know, working and buying all the equipment. I get over here and so frustrated. I get ready, so I pull up the stumps that I can. And then there's one stump that, it had been less violent to, you know, to grind it than it was to pull it up. So I said, okay, so let's get to this point, and then I'll pull up all the ones I can, and I'll go out to hook the stump grinder up, and the damn the female won't go on the machine, on the high flow. It wouldn't snap on. He'd go all the way up on there, but then it wouldn't snap into place. And I'm like, oh my God. And so I'm fooling with it for like 25 or 35 minutes, something like that. And I'm like, ugh. So I'm over here and I couldn't even use the stump grinder, man. I'm so upset, man. That is just ridiculous. So I'm going to have to buy a fitting for that. I'm going to call them. They using them cheap ass fittings, man. I know that's what it is, because I used the brush cutter. Thank God I had it with me. I used the brush cutter, the big high flow brush cutter, and it popped right on there, no problem. I'm pretty upset about it, man. For sure. Yeah. So it ain't the machine, it's the attachment. And I played with it and played with it and played with it, man. And man, dude, that is just, and there I am, you know, talking all this cash money crap with her, and I'm not even, I can't even grind a stump. What the hell? Boy, not no fault of my own. I ain't done anything I mean, last time I used a stump grinder, it worked just great. I'm going to buy, I'm going to, well, one thing I noticed on it when I got it is it had them old cheap fittings. Fittings aren't like the fittings that I bought from Kubota. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that. Pretty upset about it, man. Though, we got away without having to use it, and, you know, still got the money. But I spent an additional hour over there because, hell, I was fooling with the stump grinder for, you know, here I am, you know, telling, you know, preaching to her I need scope. I get it all, and I get more money, and then I get over there and I can't even freaking do the job like I thought I could. I was able to overcome it with the brush cutter, but I mean, you know, ugly, man, just ugly. And that's why the video today is not going to be that great either. I did some extra stuff over there to make up for the time and the inability to grind the two stumps out. Well, one of them, it was questionable, so well, at the end of the day I could dig them all out but two, and one of those I wouldn't have put the grinder on anyway. Now the other one was going to, you know, I never in a million years thought the freaking grinder, well, I wouldn't be able to hook it up to the machine, and the male went on, and then the female, it would go all the way up on there, but it wouldn't lock in place. And I said, oh man, what the hell? So I thought it was, I hope it ain't the machine, but I know that when I bought the fittings for the machine, you know, the auxiliary fittings, I spent the, you know, I got Kubota fittings. There ain't nothing cheap about them. And so I didn't think it was them. And it's the female one, so that's the one that's more expensive. It's the biggest thing, man. You know, you can't trust that the attachments are going to work. It's hard on a player out here, man. You know, I'd already been through the mill with her about the money and about the scope and everything, and here I am. I can't even pull my end of the fucking job. I'm so upset about it, man. And she wasn't that upset about it because I didn't tell her. I just told her the stump grinder was going to be too big to get that one anyway, that I'd make up for it on doing some brush cutting in the back. You know, and that's what I did. I don't know, man.
she was happy as pie. The point I'm trying to make is, you know, I'm worried about her, and you know, there I am. Yeah, that is, boy, that pissed me off, man. Still upset about it. I certainly couldn't, and there's like 10 stumps around there I could have ground up. Right? I probably could have got more money out of her. I believe I could have. But when the stump grinder, when I couldn't plug it up, that was it, man. So much for any extra work. I was just doing good enough to get the damn grand. Which is crazy, man. Yeah, all that. We got a half a day over there. Yeah, about 4.5, 5 hours. But I could have done so much more. I think I could have made more money. I got a $10,000 stupid stump grinder that I can't even hook up. I'm going to have to address that. That's going to have to be fixed. Like today. Like I don't even want to go home until I go to the hydraulic shop. Of course, today's Friday. Let me call the hydraulic shop, man. All right, y'all. So I'm leaving the hydraulic shop. I got a new one, and yeah, $230. So yeah. So we got 1,000 minus, might as well say $240 because it took me. I had to go way out of my way to get over here today. So 1,000 minus 240 minus labor, 340, $400. So, and then another 50 in fuel, 60 in fuel, 460. I might have profited. I might have profited $300 today. Just maybe. Disgusted by it. And this fitting right here is a much higher quality fitting. It is, because I got this on all my on everything, the exact that same brand. So, boy. It's hard on a pimp out here, y'all. Hard on a pimp out here. Hard to make a living out here, man. And y'all see, I buy top of the line stuff. I knew when I bought that attachment that those fittings, I'd never seen fittings like those. Not worried about the male, but the female one is the one that costs a lot. Even the hydraulic guy said, man, this thing is cheap, you know. I don't know, man. I just, you know, you try to, yeah, I'm gonna cry about it. I got some crying, man. If I ain't got nothing else, I got some crying, y'all. So it ain't always good out here. I mean, you know. I mean, it's good that I got the job done and got the money, but it ain't good if if I'm giving a third of it away for, you know, something that I just spent almost $10,000 on. Ray, I'll be calling the damn dealer. I probably will. But see, I already called them complaining about the hood thing, you know, that rubber piece. So me calling them again, I should have. But it don't matter now. But I'm gonna cry about it. So it makes me feel better to cry about it. I won't feel better about it until I actually make money with it. But hell of a week, man. But you know, I mean, you're gonna do so much crying about a $230 expense. I wouldn't even be crying about it if it was some old fitting or something. Why I'd be crying, but it wouldn't, you know. If my neighbors are home, they got all these stumps, I'm gonna stop and, yeah, that'd be a good way to get my $200 back. So look, I'll grind all 8 of them stumps, $350. Let's see what they say. That worked out good. Come to find out, I know them. Well, her husband came to me for advice on starting his own, I think he was going to do some demo work or something. He was trying to start something different. I thought they lived in the next house, but once I saw her, she saw my video on Facebook, and so now that I've touched base with her, I think they're going to let me do it. Now I'll do them cheap, man. If I can go over there and make $500, that'd be worth it to me to spend one afternoon there grinding the stumps down. That's just me, y'all. So, but it was good talking to her, man, because she used to own a couple of rentals over in Sharpsburg, and that's how I met them. I did work for her, and we never had no problem. She's a character though, man. She's pretty funny, and she's like, "Hey Ray, how are you doing?" And I'm like, and I saw her, and I'm like, I couldn't hardly picture her at first. But then I said, "Oh," and then when she said her husband's name was Josh, I said, "Oh yeah, I know him." I said, he came up to my house just a few years ago. I guess it's been about 5 years now. You know, wanting to pick my brain about buying a dump trailer. You know, but right now, I'm gonna put this out here on the stump grinder so won't no water get in there. Because it looks like it might rain. And I'm hungry, man. I'm going here and eat me a peanut butter and jelly. You can eat peanut butter. So yeah, another day, another dollar. You know, like I said, today was not a good day for me. But other than the fact that I survived it, and I did make a couple $100 anyway. But I got a new fitting, so yeah, sucks, man. It sucks. You're not gonna always make, you know, crazy money out here. And I don't even know if I'm gonna take the machine off today. Oh, that's a lot of work, man. I don't feel like doing it, to be honest. Yeah, man, that'd be sweet. But her husband will call me. I talked to her for about 45 minutes. He'll call me tonight. Well, you might even pull up. He might even come down here, and I'll work a deal with you. There's 9 stumps. I'll do all 9 of them, $700. I mean, you ain't gonna get it no cheaper than that, I don't think. So I told them, I said, whoever, because they want to get it done, so whoever they get a quote from, I said, whoever you get a quote from, I don't care who they are, I can do them cheaper. And she's looking at the stump grinder on the trailer. So she knows that well, they know I'm in business. They just didn't know that I did stumps, you know, because I've done a lawn work for her a bunch of times on some of her properties. But it's probably been 10 years since I've done any work for her. She sold those properties. So yeah, I'm finna get inside. Sweet Pea's waiting on me, man. But y'all know what it is, man. I hope everybody has a good weekend. My subscriber count is stalled, man. And I think I'm supposed to get more than that, man. I think I'm supposed to get more than the subscribers that I got with all the effort I put into the videos. So if you ain't subscribed, please do. I guess, if you want to. Anyway, all right, y'all. Deuces!